Hey, what's going on? Today we're going to talk about how to crush it on eBay like never ever before. No one's talking about this stuff, and I've seen a lot of videos about eBay. So with that, welcome to the Hustlers Kung Fu Show, where we teach beginning hustlers how to make money for real, how to start a real business. For those who have the heart to do that stuff, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. All right, we're going to jump into what you really need to really start crushing it on eBay. First thing, you got to change your attitude. One of the things that I see that kills people time and time again is trying to conform eBay to what they want it to be versus dealing with eBay the way that it is. eBay is a third-party platform that doesn't give a shit about you, your family, your needs, whether you're sick or not. It does not care. None of that is relevant. So you need to let that go. The second thing you have to do is from day one, treat it like a business, not a hobby, not something to play around with, not something just to hustle. I'm going to explain how I learned this stuff and some of the things that happened to me that gave me the perspectives that I have about eBay and Amazon. And I say we, my partner and I never did eBay alone. And that's something I don't think that I really communicated to people. I never did eBay alone. We got to 10, 15 grand, 2001, 2-ish, easy, so that's one of the things. You're going to need a team. If you think that you're going to make $1 million gross sales on eBay by yourself, not going to happen. It's too much work. Now, what kind of team members do you need? You need a sourcing team. This is 1, 2, or 3 people who are out looking for stuff at least 3 to 5 days a week. Every day, their job is to go out and find stuff. Every day, you're listing all of the time. You're not waiting until what you have up there to sell. You are always pushing forward. This is one of the fundamental rules of business. The more offers that you make, and when you post something on eBay, that's an offer, right? The more chances you have to make money. Now, people are going to go, okay, Glendon, I don't have any money for that. Actually, you do. You bring your sourcing team on, one person at a time. And notice I said team, because if you fall into this trap where you're doing all of the listing, you need to know how to learn. I listed some on eBay the other day. It's so easy now. I mean, there's not a big learning curve here. You want to develop your team and you want to be management. You want to use the fundamental business principle of working on your business versus being your business. Most eBay sellers are the business. They have to do bulk uploads or massive posting if they want to go on vacation. If you develop a team, a system, in a business model, you don't have to do that. You want to never actually, other than if someone calls in sick, ever be listing anything. You don't want to do that because that creeps up this me mindset that makes it very hard for you to hire people to build an enterprise that's going to make a lot of money, whether you're in bed sick or not. Now, how do you find these people? Everyone has sold some stuff on eBay. So what you do for your first sourcing person is you're just like, look, we're looking for X, because I'm kind of jumping around on the steps because you need to have this boss mindset before you begin. What you're going to do on eBay is go find a category that you feel that you can dominate due to your personal resources, due to your interest, something that's selling, and you want to dominate it. You don't want to just be part of it. You want everybody that's looking for that item or whatever, they will find you first. Or if they don't find you first, if they don't buy from you, they know about you, and you want to consistently list in that category, consistently put stuff on that category where you are the big kahuna. You're the king, where people's just like, oh, fuck, here he comes again. He's listing some more. He's lowered prices, whatever. You want to be that guy. Now, you got to figure out what is your category, because here's the thing. And I'm going to give you an example of some stuff that I learned from the storage auction business. Everyone wants to get into those blazing hot categories where you just list it. It sells like that. Okay. You get in that category, you're going to be duking it out, and more than likely, you're going to have a lot of race to the bottom type activity. If you do the hard work of establishing something unique, because here's an example, there were these pot holders. We bought a unit, and there was these little, it was weird because they were in the plastic bag, they were labeled, and we just thought they were funny. I was going to throw them away, and my partner was like, "No, I'll list them on eBay." Those fucking pieces of plastic, it was 6 of them, went for $89. Then I started looking for that stuff and found that stuff and put ads out for that stuff and got more because it was really unique. So you want to find that kind of stuff that many people will not do the extra 2 or 3 or 4 steps to find. If you want to sell what everyone else sell, like these boards that were really hot, I don't really see people riding them anymore. Did that play out? The Hoover board? Everyone jumped on that, and the people who got in first made money. Then as the market matured, the profit went down, right? Well, if you do your hard work of building something and creating something, your profits will grow over time. They will grow over time. You will not experience the erosion of margins that so many eBayers and Amazons sellers are experiencing right now, because everyone's trying to do the easy shit versus the hard shit. All right. So you got your scout team, eBay lister, and you need a photo booth. Now, this is supreme, the photo booth. You want to go out, and I know you can, if you got an iPhone 7, which has a really nice camera, you could probably get away with it. Use the in-depth feature. But my suggestion is you go on eBay or Amazon, buy yourself a used Canon TTI or something like that. Get yourself a 55mm lens. I may put it down there in the comments, because this lens is for portraits. You want yourself a portrait, just Google Canon portrait lens. It's very common. It's not that much. You might spend $500. So you want that lens that give your items a depth of field, especially if you're selling smaller things. Then you want to create a photo booth. You want it somewhere, and I'm going to go up to this one. You want it in your warehouse, because that's another thing that was going to hit you with. You want a warehouse. If you do this and you spend the money and you dedicate yourself to this, your house will not look like Fred Sanford's house. I did that, and it took maybe 2 years for us to clean up all the stuff out of the house. But get yourself a warehouse. And I'm saying, yeah, make a financial commitment, get yourself a warehouse, 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. And what's going to happen is you're going to be able to hit benchmarks because you made this investment in the warehouse much faster than if you're doing it in your home. Like, I think the average person who starts selling on eBay, working from home, hits maybe the $6,000 to $8,000 a month, starting from scratch, probably 2 or 3 months if they're hustling, maybe sooner. You get this warehouse, you're going to start bumping into your, quote, eBay thresholds. Another thing you want to do for each item that you sell that is different and unique, you want to create a new eBay ID. At one point, I had 12 of them. I was selling furniture, and this is why. When someone's going to buy a $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 piece of furniture from you, they don't want to see that you're selling lollipops. I noticed this. There was these furniture eBay IDs, and I looked, and they had very slim feedback, 30, 40, 50, and they were selling, because I was checking out their sales. They were selling, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 items. And I started, and I created that first furniture ID, and it took some time to get going, because when you're selling something really expensive, people are super paranoid. But once I got like 12, feedbacks, I was selling some every week. And when I was selling a Louis Philippe bedroom set, profit on that after fees and shipping and stuff was like $500, $600. Then I got to the point where I was selling 2 a week. So that's $4,000 a month profit from one item, which brings to the next point. You want to scale your price points. If you're staying in that 20, that 30, that 40, that $50 price range, and then you're spending $20 and $30, $40 to acquire your items, It's just going to be a long, long, long slog to make you some real money. You could come out the gate and start selling $500 items. You can come out the gate selling $1,000 items. And I know that your risk exponentially goes up because there are fraudsters, there are scammers on eBay, but guess what? That's the cost of business. Most folks are not going to scam you. Most folks are not going to. It's going to be one or two here and there. That's just the reality. That happens to every business. So you want to increase your price points way past what they currently are. Then you got your customer service person, because I'm helping the client build out an e-commerce site. And this is something that I noticed years ago. And this is something that I've noticed over the years for my businesses. If someone emails you, the sooner you can get back to them with a response, the better you are to make that sale. Like right now, our abandoned cart recovery rate is 20%. And we're using Shopify. I just saw the little thing this morning when I logged in. Shopify's recovered cart rate is 7%. By December, the abandoned cart rate is going to be 75%. Why? Because we hired a full-time customer service person. It is that important. It is. I don't care what anyone says. Whether you're selling on, Amazon, they don't want you to talk to anybody. But eBay, there's a lot of ways that you can get around stuff. All right. So then you need a marketing plan. I'm going to tell you what I did and what will still work. I pushed a lot of traffic from Craigslist to eBay. My original thought was it was to be a method of proof, right? That, hey, we had really good stuff, that we were safe, we were secure. And I would push people to the eBay listing. And a lot of times people would say, hey, can I come get it now? So by having it on eBay, it enabled us to sell it out of the warehouse. By creating this marketing plan, the people that you market to you'll be able to talk to outside of the eBay platform, because it's your marketing plan. You're driving traffic there. You can put these people on the email list. And this is, once again, pick a category and dominate. So if you're selling Levi jeans, if you know anything about Levi jeans, old Levi jeans can go for crazy money. Jeans from the 50s, 60s, seriously, $2-3 grand. So let's say you're selling old vintage Levi jeans and you dominate that market. Everyone knows who you are. You could develop a mailing list. You could develop a trade-in program on eBay, because this is the thing. You are pimping eBay for fun and profit. eBay is a revenue source, but on using eBay's power and traffic, you're building a durable business while you're putting stuff on eBay. That's how you make the real money, because as long as all your stuff is on eBay and you're just waiting for their algorithms to bless you, or you're waiting to have top seller status so you can be shown, you're slowing your money down. You're just slowing your money down. There's so many things that you can do and stay within the terms of eBay's graces and not get in trouble. And it's really about building a business. Then the next thing you want to do, I already said, creating eBay IDs and PayPal accounts. You want to create a new PayPal account for each eBay ID. I know it's easier to have that one shotgun ID and you sell everything you come across, but segmentation, and this has been proven scientifically over and over and over, it's going to make you more money, because you'll become an authority. Let's say you're selling Levi jeans on one ID. Let's say you're selling, what is the name of that stuff? Hummel. It's like a little pottery pieces, porcelain pieces. Let's say you have an ID that's devoted to Hummel things. Then you have your Levi jeans. And then let's say you're selling inexpensive jewelry. Then you have that on another eBay ID. Then you have each one linked to a distinct PayPal account, so it's all branded. Then you have different marketing schemes for each eBay ID, and you start building the email list, because once again, you can get the emails of people that you market to that you bring to the platform because they gives you more control, and you don't have to worry about running afoul to any of these things with eBay. Also, as you're building this, your goal should be that your eBay income should be 20% of your gross overall sales. In the beginning, it'll probably be all of your money. You're building, you're rolling. But the thing is, you want to have it in your head that I want eBay to be 20%. So I'm just using this as a ramp up device for my business. I'm not trying to become, it's like I've been selling on eBay for 15 years. Fuck that. I was like, I am trying to, your goal is to create a business to make $1 million. So if you have 5, 6, 7 different eBay IDs, and you have distinct categories, and your goal is between all of them is to make $84,000 a month, because eBay is going to limit your accounts in the beginning. But because you have a business and you're doing your own marketing and you're making direct sales to people that you market to, if they hold your money, or you're going to have options. Because one of the things I learned, spend it on eBay years and years ago, 2,000 listings came down, and I went to Craigslist, and I was able to sell a lot of stuff. There's certain things you just are going to sell faster, better on eBay for more money. That's just the reality. But if you have a diverse selling portfolio, there could be, like, we were selling furniture. So I was able to sell furniture very easily on Craigslist. I was able to sell the cheap clothes that we were not able to sell on eBay. I was able to sell in the warehouse. That's where, like, 4,000 square feet of the warehouse, everything was $1. Because, and here's an interesting story of how that came to be. I started doing that because if you're in the Atlanta area, there's this place called the Doraville Transfer Station. It's where you can go dump stuff and they charge you by the pound, right? Well, it was getting to the point where it was starting to cost us a lot of money to throw shit away. And I was like, let's just, sell it for $1 and give it away, because gas to get to the Doraville transfer station, time, all this stuff was factoring up, and it was starting to become a problem because we had a dumpster outside of the warehouse. We cleaned out 3 units. That sucker was full. It was just the reality. This is one of the reasons we had trucks and stuff, because there was so many things that come with buying storage units that a lot of people just don't talk about. The trash can be epic, really, really epic. So created the dollar plan, whatever. If people were saying, look, I got 40 items, will you take 30? Yeah, because I was going to throw that shit away. Sure. Shit, get that other stuff, homie. And so we started moving a lot of clothes. We kept the eBayable stuff in another room, and we were able to get our income up. And then once we solved all this eBay bullshit, we got back on. But that shit scarred me, man. It really scarred me, because eBay was 90% of our income. And that's why I'm telling you from experience, in the beginning, you're ramping up, but in your head on a sheet of paper, it's like, I need this to be 20%. I need to be earning 80% of my income from my other marketing efforts. That's what I need to be doing, because eBay's harder now than it was when I was doing it. I'll answer that question. It's like, well, if all this stuff is so great, and why is it working? Why aren't you doing eBay anymore? Great question. I make way more money doing what I'm doing now, like 10 times as much. So that's why I'm not doing eBay. I'm giving you this. I'm not going to compete with you. I'll tell you the whole truth on this. And if you follow these steps, and I'm going to give you the cost, you're going to spend about 5 to 10 G's to do this. Now, if you're going like, Glendon, I don't have 5 to 10 G's, then I'm going to say to you, you're probably not in a position to start a robust business. You can buy, reinvest, and scale up. I was looking at this guy, and I may have him as an interview on one of the other channels, and he just got to his, $15,000 a month from their e-commerce store. And it took him like 16, 17 months, right? Because they reinvested the revenues from the business, which is great. Okay, this e-commerce store that I started, that helping this client build out, it's about, it's a month old, and it's going to do probably 5 or 6,000 this month, then next month it's probably going to do 30 or 40 or 50 because there's capital to grow the business rapidly. Because when you are reinvesting in growing your business, and once again, if that's all you can do what you can do. It's better to start and do that than to do nothing. But if you start out the gate with operating capital, you could grow your business 10 times as fast or 100 times as fast as someone who's reinvesting. And with the changing marketplace and the way things come and go, that could be the difference between long-term success and short-term success. Because if you come out and you start to try to dominate and you get to a certain point where you reach a certain velocity, that can carry you over with all these changes. But if you're like reinvesting and you've got this, I buy everything model, I list everything model, I source everything model, I take the picture by myself, everything model, I'm working from my house model, someone with $10,000 to $20,000 who watches this video can make more money in their first 6 to 10 months than you've made in the last 3 to 4 years. Profit. So all of this stuff about not building teams, not hiring people, is holding you back. It's really holding you back. And that's pretty much it. Except I'm just, because I kind of wrote it down, I was a little scattered, but write down an income goal. That's another thing that you need to do. When you start setting all this stuff up, write down how much you want to make, and it needs to be a number that makes you nervous. If you're like sure that you can make 100,000, you write that down and you're very comfortable and your heart's not beating, that number's too fucking low. You need a number. If you need, it's like 300, 400, 500,000. You need something that's going to make you sweat. You need something when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's the number you write down, not some safe stuff to preserve your fake ass self-confidence. Because you write down that big number and you hit that big number, you will not have fake ass self-confidence. You will have real self-confidence. So yeah, this is like different. Like I said, we're doing different stuff. This is the new Hustlers Kung Fu Show. I'm going to be talking about a lot of different ways to make money and touching on some stuff that I didn't touch on before, because this channel is for beginners, maybe intermediates. And if you want more advanced stuff, then you will need to go to the B School for Hustlers. All of the channels are below. Just go ahead and subscribe to them. There'll be different content on each channel for you to make money. I know this topic threw a lot of people because let's see, there's people watching, but the chat room is like really, really quiet. What's up? Mama needs her wine. That's a very different name. The JWB. Now this is good stuff. Purpose Pit. Do you think it's better to create products or undercut competitors by teaching others how to create such products? All right, let's talk about the teaching business. The teaching business is great. The teaching business is amazing. You can make a lot of money. And from what I have seen from people online who have done really well as a consultant, a course creator, they crushed it in real life before they started becoming a content creator, a maker of products. So my advice to you would be to actually do it in real life first before you go online and try to sell products and stuff. Because even if your stuff is amazing, you're going to have trolls, you're going to have haters, you're going to have people who want you to give them your stuff for free so they can test it out. Meaning if they don't actually follow the steps, and they lose no money. If they make an investment of buying your course and they don't follow the stuff, then yeah, it's kind of ugly. Frank Allen, I sell 10 phones a week on eBay at $100 profit minimum, Cheddar State. I mean, seriously, you can make money if you specialize and dominate your category. A lot of people are not doing that. What's up, Rugged Collars? What's up, Richard? All right, I keep getting people, hold on. I keep getting people who, well, let's see. All right, I'm gonna do this because I don't know what's happening. Because let's see, I can actually I'm going to show you something because I had 2 people say the link didn't work. Then I do it from my phone, then I do it from a computer, and it works. So I can't, it's got to be some on your end because I'll go down here. You'll see me hit the link and boom, there it is. I don't know what's happening. That's really strange. Are you trying to do it on your phone? Or are you trying to do it on your laptop? Another thing, okay, let's talk about this. Let me come out of there. So the link works. Every time someone says it doesn't work, then I hit it from 4 different places. It works. I don't know what to tell you. You need to go ahead and get yourself some laptops, or preferably a desktop. If you want to build a robust e-commerce business, you're going to need some computers. Your phone is great. You know, a lot of people think that you're not going to run a 2, 3, 4, $10 million business from your phone. It's not going to happen. You know, you may manage with the people who have laptops and desktops who are doing work. You might manage them from your phone, but actually during the building phase, creating stuff, no. So the link works. I don't know what to tell you on that. That's just weird. So let's come out of there and get back to the chat room. So it works. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, people are kind of waking up a little bit. Are you talking about the link in the email that I sent out? That would be strange. Peter P, have you ever taken a unit and listed everything in auction style, starting very low? Or do you go out and, okay, let's be clear. I have to put this out there. I don't buy units anymore. I haven't bought a unit in 10 years. I hadn't listed any. I listed an Apple Watch on eBay and had a non-paying bidder. Funny thing. But I'm not buying units. Let's be real clear. I'm giving you my experience of things I used to do, things I've helped clients do, things I'm currently helping clients do, to give you some insights. I'm not buying units. I'm not reselling anything. Hustlers Kung Fu is the Hustlers Kung Fu show is for beginners, just to help people get started with some real information on how to do this based upon my experience and results. So in the past, yeah, I just had to clarify that. I'm not trying to beat you up, Peter P. It's just someone's going to come along and then want to have a storage auction conversation with me, and I don't do that anymore. Back in the day, what you're talking about, we did that a lot. I would not recommend buying a unit and putting up everything for 99 cents unless you get that unit for $10. If you know, this is something I used to do and I talked about in the older videos. You can go back to videos and just go to oldest to new and start watching those, and you'll see that stuff. Typically it worked like this. I would buy a unit, spend 10 to 50 bucks. I would put everything out of that unit that I could for 99 cents. So if I had 100 items, one of them was going to do more than $10. And typically if I did that, let's say the unit was shitty. I got it for 10 bucks. I put up 300 items. I would usually make $600, $700, $800. And that was shitty. If the unit was good, there was a girl or a guy who was a name brand person, it would be a few thousand. So today, you got to be careful with putting up stuff for 99 cents, because this was before they created the watch thing where people could watch your listing. Before, to keep up with a listing, you had to bid, which was great. So that watching thing kind of killed a lot of sales. So be real careful with doing that. Black Monopoly listening, and thanks for the info. eBay beginner from Craigslist and OfferUp will take the info for a transition. Been on eBay for 4 months. Okay. What's up, Richard? Mail Boo, I was wondering if it's better to start just selling my things. I don't need on eBay and then use that to start my business. But that's from what you said earlier. Selling on eBay is a lot harder. I'm giving you the way you could do that, Mail Boo, but I'm giving you a way to get more trajectory faster, because this is the thing. Say you go around your house and you sell all the stuff around the house you don't like. Okay. Then you got to go out and source. Sooner that you start hitting the hard things, which is sourcing, which is introducing yourself to strangers, the faster your business is just going to go. Because if there's one skill that if you can get, is learning how to sell face to face, that can literally change your life. But yeah, phone works here, but mail doesn't. That is weird. Run this. I have 1,000. I want to invest. Guide me. Ron, do this. Keep your 1,000. and get a part-time job, do Uber, and all of that money from the second job goes into your operating capital fund. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you these steps. First thing you do is you come up with a name for your business. Then you go out and you spend $100 or 300, 400 bucks, whatever, get your LLC. Go ahead and incorporate. Then you open up your business banking accounts. And then your goal is to get 5,000 to 10,000 in operating capital in your operating account. I've got a video, the 5 business accounts people need. Go ahead and check that out and do that and get yourself 5 or 10 grand. Your ability to buy stuff, it will dramatically increase. You will not be doing this ticky-tacky stuff, because see, the thing is, it's about, if you don't get results, and this is the reason I'm doing this video, you're not going to stay motivated. You're just not. If you don't get results that you can see and feel, you're out. I saw this stat that 90% of people who start eBay and Amazon give up after 4 to 6 months. And the reason they give up is they're not getting any results. They're not making any money. So that's the thing. So keep your money, Ron. Get, and get 5 to 10 G's more. Ben the bartender, does each separate PayPal account need a separate bank account? Yes. And just for, you can call PayPal yourself and get this knowledge, but you can have as many PayPal accounts as you want. They all have to have a different email address. They all have to have a different bank account, and they cannot, you can transfer money from one PayPal account from your bank to another one, no problem. But I haven't bought anything, but yeah, you can have a bunch of them. Run this. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's why I want you to go ahead and get your money. Years ago, I met this guy that I used to sell my gold to, and we were just talking, and once he got to $10,000, and this was before all of the buy gold here now stores, he just had 10 grand. He put an ad up on Craigslist, I buy gold, and he made a full-time living, because he's like, I could spend, $10,000, and I got my smelter or wherever he took the gold to, and I can get my money back that day. He says, some days I have spent $8,000 buying gold from people. Then the next day I took it to my guy, got my money back plus my profit. You need to have a roll. You need to have a bankroll. You got to have some operating capital. Being broke Dick Danny and penniless Priscilla, that's going to kill you. It really is. What's up, Lamode? All right. So that's for the folks who want to really scale up an eBay business and build yourself a team, because what's going to happen is, I want you to think about this from a scaling standpoint. Let's take a 12-hour day, because you're really hustling. You wake up at 6 a.m. Then you go out and you get up and you list the stuff you bought the day before. Then you got to go, maybe you got a job. So you work your 8-10 hours there. Then you work, let's say you work in 16 hours. Let's say you are savage, right? And 8 hours of those 16 hours are at your job. So for your business, you're working 8 hours. You list for 2 hours. You source for 2 hours. You package stuff for 2 hours. If you hired someone to do nothing more than source for you, and you still did the listing yourself, which I don't recommend, you would exponentially scale your business 50 times faster than you doing everything yourself. And in the beginning, it will be more expensive, but the back end will be glorious. It will be glorious, and you'll feel more like a real business owner. What's up, Melissa V? What's up, Marlonia76? What's up, Jermaine? What's up, Catherine? So that's how you do this. It's totally different. I looked at some eBay videos. Everybody, and this is not wrong, before we get crazy, I'm just telling you what I did. I never sold on eBay by myself. I always had a partner, always had employees, and that allowed us to scale, which is why I got in so much trouble, because eBay has this algorithm, and here's someone who's selling way more stuff, but isn't like a big corporation. That was scary. Best sourcing places. Let's see, Mike, it's very important to have a team. Best sourcing places. For me, and what I know, I never sourced anything from Goodwill. I know nothing about Goodwill. I can't tell you. I sourced from Craigslist, storage auctions. That was it. sometimes I would buy stuff from people. Didn't really like buying stuff from people because you didn't know the history. Plus, with storage auctions, I was more protective. Like if I bought a unit and the stuff was stolen, I had to build the receipt. And unless the police, I never had the police come to me for any of that. And I'm quite sure some stuff I got was stolen. I'm almost positive of it based on some of the other stuff and some of the units. But that was my thing. I think the storage auction hoopla has died down in terms of the shows. I've talked, because I really don't talk to people about that because I don't do it. And I don't, I think a lot of people go into online auctions, which are just weird to me. So I don't know anything about that. P2P, I use storage auctions, government auctions, online auctions like Proxibid. Okay. Let's see. Melissa V, I had a 10 by 20 of model kits. I had to eBay that was insane. And there was me and my guy both doing it. What's up, Vincent Woody? So it's really about setting goals, because even today in 2017, if you follow the steps in this video, you can build $1 million business within 12 to 24 months. Just following those steps. What's up, Roosevelt? Ben the Bartel, they sell storage units sight unseen online. That's just, wow. I don't really know how I would have adapted to that. That just sounds very rough to me. It just is scary, really. It really is scary. Sight unseen. That's spooky, man. That's very, very spooky. All right. So if anyone has any questions, because I'm going to wrap this up, going forward, there's going to be a lot more streams like this. They'll be dedicated to something. I'm probably going to do one on Craigslist. I'm probably going to do one on Uber. I'm going to do one on Amazon. And then for those of you who want the more seasoned, advanced stuff, just go below the video and subscribe to B School for Hustlers. And if you're interested in video marketing, that's going to be Mac Daddy Media. If you're interested in publishing, that's going to be Rich Self-Published Author. And if you're interested in personal development, and like I tell you, personal development for hustlers is going to be wild, because I haven't put anything up there because I'm slowly building out these channels, but that's going to be wild. So if you are into personal development, you're going to want to be on that channel. Melissa V, let's see, rugged collars. I started my store again on the eBay last week because they seem like competing now. They now have drop-down menus for variety. Oh, okay, cool. Melissa V, I've never seen a storage auction online alive that was closed door. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. If I was still in the business, I don't know how I would deal with that. Zola, morning, Glenda. I have 10 boxes of adult comics. That's 250, 300 comics per box. Any suggestions regarding the adult section of Craigslist or eBay? You might have to do trade shows with that. You may have to find people who want that stuff. That's a very niched item. You might be able to sell it on eBay. You just got to do some research. P2P, awesome stuff. Long time viewer. Keep it up. Keep going. Appreciate you, dude. Along 76. Got to touch me and see what I buy. I'm with that. Black Monopoly. Appreciate your time and knowledge. People are successful, won't and don't share the info. Yeah, because like I said, this ain't gonna hurt me at all. I don't do eBay for me anymore. And when we got to a certain point, 2006, we didn't do the eBay ourselves. We found 4 eBay sellers. Those dyed in the wool, been on eBay since the beginning, just were eBay advocates. And I said, look, I'll give you more stuff than you can find yourself. And because, the profit, the split was 20%. And a lot of them was like, I didn't want that. And I remember the first chick I convinced, I pulled up to her house, her and her husband was there. And I had the 17-foot truck. And then they were back in the driveway. And they said, like, what do you have for us? I was like, is your garage empty? And it's like, we can pull the cars out. Great. Because everything on that truck's going on eBay. And her mouth dropped open. So after I figured that's how to hook them, I got 3 of them, and we didn't do eBay in the warehouse anymore. We just focused on the upscale garage sale and logistics and processing, because I didn't get it, because it's not easy. You're going to have to create a contract This isn't something that you can just do with a handshake unless you know this person. You got to create a contract, spell out certain things. They're using their PayPal accounts. They got to cut you a check. There has to be a paper trail of that, because since they cut us a check, then they had to have something for their accounting, because it was going to look like they were making more money than they really were. I mean, this is pretty involved. So you will need a CPA and an accountant to help you draft the contract. That's one of the reasons, because this isn't something that you could just like do like that. Sure thing, Zola. It's going to go live when I'm done. Melissa, I share some secrets with the top bidders. Now they give me deferment on units I like. Cool. Peter, mentors are cool, but you know what's really the thing is just getting up and doing it every day. You're going to learn so much, because with the client that I'm helping do the e-commerce business, we found some stuff out the other day that nobody's talking about online. It's just from doing your own work. That's where that customer service person is key. Jacob Brown, can you have more than one business under one LLC? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, you can. I would recommend and I'll talk more about that when I start. And just for you folks who have been patient, we're going to start with the B School for Hustlers. I have not transferred it to Teachable yet. Hadn't had the time, but when I do, I'm going to probably move a lot of stuff over there. I will talk about that in Fat Cat Secrets, because it's all about mitigating risk. And it's really not important if you don't have a lot of exposure to the world. But if let's say you run a contracting company, you got 5 trucks out there on the road. Every time one of those trucks hits the street, the risk level is insane. Fender bender could cost you $2 million. So what you want to do is compartmentalize your risk. You don't want your trucks under the same LLC as other things. I'll talk about that in Fat Cat Secrets. But this is a way to protect yourself, because once you start making money, people come for you. They just do. Mr. Compensation, good look. Thanks. All right. So for everybody that's coming late, this live stream, and if you want more information like this and don't want to miss live streams, go below, hit that link, sign up on the email list. It works. Trust me, it does. And I'll post it in the comments section. And if you want more information about, if you already have a business, go below, subscribe to B School for Hustlers. If you want to learn about personal development for hustlers, hit that YouTube channel. If you want to learn about digital products, that's going to be Mac Daddy Media. And if you want to learn about self-publishing, that's Rich Self-Published Author. All right. So appreciate you guys. Anyone that comes later, got a question, I answer all my own comments. If you are a troll, you might get roasted or just bitch slapped. Just saying, because, we do that around here. All right. So you folks have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.